Welcome back, my divine family, to my Monday Becomings. I am Baje.co, your self growth advocate and mindset coach. Y'all, your girl got a new microphone now, so she feels fancy. I actually want to hold it because I just feel like yeah. But, anyways, welcome back. Today, we're actually going to be having a very deep conversation about vulnerability, expression, and making sure that your heart chakra stays unblocked. That is important because you have 7 chakras that keep you in alignment with yourself, and your heart chakra has to deal with how you express yourself, you voice yourself. Of course, that's your throat chakra too, but your heart chakra is about what you keep inside. So the things that's not being expressed to your throat chakra is going to be held up in your heart chakra. That is what we're here to talk about today. But first, I want to speak about the people that have influenced me to have that conversation with you all. So the very first thing that made me want to talk about expression and vulnerability is this book that I'm reading called Speak. I read this book in middle school. It was a very good book. I'm almost done with it, y'all. I love this book. I read it in a couple days, like almost done. Okay, so the main reason this book stands out to me is because the main character is experiencing a form of PTSD based off of something that happened to her. I won't give it away in case someone wants to read it. I did read it again, like I said, back in middle school, but it stood out to me again because I was going through my own forms of expression and I didn't know why Speak was calling me, but now I do because it was a form of expression. Something was blocked within me, within my heart chakra that I needed to get off. And so the main character is experiencing PTSD, and because of it, it has caused her not to speak. She stopped expressing herself and also just being who she used to be. And the more that she doesn't speak about what she experienced, the more that she actually blocks up her heart chakra and her throat chakra, and she's not able to speak. And so I say that to say why it's so important for us to express ourselves and to show vulnerability because we live in a society that tells us not to express when something's wrong. Like, oh, you're going through relationship problems. Don't text that man. Don't text that woman. Don't say nothing to them. Just go heal. And a part of the healing is actually being able to express yourself and say what it is that you feel. Another thing to look at is even when expressing yourself, it doesn't mean that you have to express yourself for them. You're expressing yourself for you. So you're not waiting for a response from this person. You're expressing what's on your mind and on your heart so that you can be open and you can be honest with yourself. That's how you get into other relationships and you have relationships built on honesty and built on trust and built on loyalty because you actually know how to express the things that you need to. You know how to express what's bothering you, express what's on your heart. As simple as saying, I miss this person and I want to say hello. You're able to do that when you keep an open heart chakra. The second person that played a huge part on this is Miss Shea Specialty Skincare. Her name is Joyce Gillens. I actually met her on Wednesday, the same day that I did some self-care, bought some flowers and things like that. And she has facial care products. So I bought her face serum, which is this green tea facial serum. It's an oil. And then I also bought her face mask. And the reason I want to shout out to you, Shea Specialty Skincare. I want to say it correct. Shout out to you because you actually influenced me to get on here with my natural face today. I'm talking about vulnerability and expression. So I think it's only right that I come up here as my authentic self and have this conversation. So shout out to you for even getting my skin as clear as it is. It looks amazing. It's only been a couple days. Please check her out. She is a Black owned brand. I think that anything Black owned I would love to support as long as the person is right. And I also met her and she has such a wonderful soul. That's why I invested into her products because I'm very picky about who I allow to put on my face and put in my hair, anything. I do my own hair. Like I haven't even let anyone cut my hair yet because I'm so big on how I express myself and my face is a big part of that as well. And so because of her giving me these face products and allowing me to, sample them, try them out and also purchase them. I purchased them, by the way, but I told her I was going to shout her out on this video. So shout out to you. Thank you so much for that. Now, to talk about expression, I think the main reason that it's so important for us to express ourselves is because, again, you don't want anything to be clogged up. If you want to stand in your purpose and be your highest version of self, you have to be able to express your needs and your concern. Vulnerability and expression are forms of self-care just as much as boundaries. Boundaries is a huge form of self-care, but how can anyone know your boundaries if you never express them? How can anyone know what you need if you don't express it? I think that's why it's so important for us to start expressing ourselves and get out of hustle culture. Hustle culture tells us that we have to keep going, we have to keep grinding, we can't stop and feel. And that's not true. You should be able to feel anything that's going on with you, and you should be able to express it as well. I'm starting to like speak to friends and different females. And when they're going through things, they don't want to express to the person that they're feeling ways about. And I get it if it's like you become a chaser and you're overly expressing, but if that person pops up on your mind and y'all haven't spoken in 2 months and you want to say hello. Okay, if it comes on your mind that I just want to see how they doing, see how they doing, but do it for you, not for them. That's the biggest part about being vulnerable, is being vulnerable for you. Because when you're soft within yourself, you open space for softness. When you're holding it in and it's like, man, I can't say nothing because forget them and F them. And next thing you know, you're blocked up. And then you can't figure out why you keep attracting people with that same mentality, but it's only because you're not able to be your authentic self, because culture has told us that we can't express ourselves, and it's not true. You're more than allowed to express yourself. You're more than allowed to let people hear you. And you're more than allowed to be in alignment with yourself by making sure that you keep your heart chakra open. The next thing that falls into is your throat chakra, right? Like if you're not expressing what's on your heart, next thing you know, you're not going to be able to express yourself to the people you need to. So when you have a controlling boss, or you have a narcissistic lover, or you have a disobedient child, you're going to struggle with expressing yourself there because you're not expressing yourself in other areas that's important. So making sure that you just take the time to say what's on your mind and on your heart, especially if it's bothering you. It's people who wake up every day thinking about somebody and they don't say anything to that person. And all you're doing is suppressing feelings that you're going to have to deal with later. You're suppressing yourself, even if it's a friendship, even if it's just a someone at your job that you need to set a boundary with, because again, expression is just as important as boundaries. It goes hand in hand with self-care. It shows how much you love yourself enough to stand up for yourself and what you need to say, what you need to express. And I think that's why it's so important. So I am here today to encourage you guys to express yourself. Say what you need to say. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to be seen in certain lights, in certain spaces. Don't be afraid to, because the only thing that you're doing when you do allow yourself to be heard is you're hearing yourself. You're speaking as your authentic self. You're being one with who you are, and you're standing in your light and your purpose. And that's what this channel is about. We're about mindset set shifting, getting ourselves out of a space where we feel like vulnerability is weakness, and instead seeing vulnerability as confidence and sureness and security within yourself. That is the most important thing you can do for yourself, is express your needs. No one will ever know where to meet you if they don't know what it is that you require of others. So yeah, again, I am Baje.co, and this is Next Up Divine. This is our Monday Becomings. Make sure that you check us out on our Tough Talk Thursday vlogs. I know these aren't that long. We can go even deeper, but we are attracting a crowd to us. And I am just getting you guys to get a feel of who I am and what it is that I like to speak on. I also had to get one of these handy dandy microphones so that y'all can hear me properly, okay? And I would just say, also speaking over your space and speaking over your life. Like if you struggle with expressing yourself on a day-to-day, maybe do some self-expression within yourself. Like come in the house and say affirmations, or speak over your life and speak abundance into yourself. Today I am prosperous, I am powerful, I express myself with no problem. And when you do that, you make it easier for you to get out there and do that to other people and express yourself to other people, because again, you deserve to be your highest version of self. No one should hold you back from that. I want to again thank Miss Joyce for making me come on here. She didn't make me, but I came on here as my highest version of self, showing my natural, beautiful skin. Why is that? Because I deserve to be my authentic, radiant self all day, every day. I shouldn't get up here and have to fake it with the makeup. I mean, makeup is nice for a clean aesthetic, but as you can see, you can do both. You can be both. And when I'm talking about vulnerability, I should come up as my most vulnerable self as well. So thank you guys for checking us out. Again, this is our Monday Becomings. Please check us out each and every Monday. Check out our Tough Talk Thursday vlog post, and we have a bunch of other videos for you to look at. Be on the lookout. We got some upcoming surprises for you guys. It should be out within the next 2 weeks, but I do want to go ahead and prepare you guys. We are shifting. We are shifting to a bigger and better brand, okay? Until next time, may your reality come true. Bye.